Welcome back to NBA Today.
Trade season is in full swing. I hope everyone has their notifications on. The Spurs, they dealt De'Aaron Fox last night in a 3-team trade. Fox has played his entire career up until this point with the Kings. He ranks 4th in franchise history in points, assists, and threes. The 2023 All-Star will look to help the Spurs snap a 5-season playoff drought. That's the longest active drought in the Western Conference. But De'Aaron Fox knows a little something about snapping droughts like that, right? Let's take a look at the full trade details here. The Kings get Zach LaVine, and on paper, 3 firsts straight in 3 seconds, Bobby, but one of the picks is getting their own second back.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of conditions here.
Sacramento gets one of their seconds back, and the Charlotte first is going to convey into 2 seconds.
So these aren't San Antonio's prized picks, right? The Bulls, they receive a trio of players, their 2025 pick back. But let's get to the actual fit in San Antonio, right? That's the good stuff. Janae, what does the pairing of Fox and Wemby, what does this foxtrot look like?
You guys already know where I'm going. Everything is bigger and better in Texas, especially when it comes to trades these days. Do not sleep on San Antonio because getting De'Aaron Fox gives Victor Wembanyama an all-star running mate for the future. Now, y'all, the Grammys were yesterday. They're ready to rock and roll. I mean, pick and roll. They're ready to pick and roll. Here we go. Watch this pick and roll initiated by De'Aaron Fox. How good is he in these scenarios? Here's Sabonis setting a screen. De'Aaron Fox, 6th most points per direct pick as a ball handler when it comes to these plays. Instead, 2 players in shambles, 2 players come to close out. It doesn't matter. That's a guy who gives you 25, 6, and 5. How about Victor Wembanyama? How good is he? 2nd most points per direct pick as a screener. I mean, he's a big target, but what I love about these screens, he gets the angles right, and then how many people can make this play? In basketball, it is absolutely unfair. But y'all, the gag is, now the San Antonio Spurs have 3 players that are masters in the category of pick and rolls, including the maestro, Chris Paul, the point god. He generates 1.2 points per direct pick as a ball handler, which is the best in the NBA. I mean, the Spurs cannot be slept on. If we learned anything from the Grammys yesterday, Texas stays winning.
Yeah, because this is Texas.
Hey.
And now they got a hold on them.
They have a hold on the NBA.
Everything that I am hearing, Shanae, out of San Antonio is that they're ecstatic. If Brian can get some Beyonce references into his answer, then we are all the way up.
I had a general guess that that's what she was talking about.
Okay, yes, good. We're all on the same page here, and we are all excited as San Antonio is, not just because of who they got, but what they did not have to give up here, Brian.
Boy, are the Spurs excited about this trade because they didn't give up any of their core pieces. I'm not talking no Devin Vassell, no Stephon Castle, their prized rookie. Not even Keldon Johnson, who's one of their core players off the bench. The draft picks that they gave, first off, one of the picks is a Charlotte pick that when it doesn't convey this year is going to switch to 2 seconds. They really only got 2 second-round picks in this deal. The San Antonio Spurs kept the Atlanta Hawks 2027 unprotected or 2025 unprotected pick, which is the best of the bunch. They didn't. The Kings didn't get that, and they really love the fact that how they're going to fit together. So. They are going to have to pay De'Aaron Fox a huge contract this summer, and I do think one of the reasons why they weren't so crazy about the way we're willing to do this deal in Sacramento was because they weren't crazy about this contract. But it really is going to work out well for them, and I think it also leaves room, Bobby, for the Spurs to make another trade down.
Right. Make this make sense for me from Sacramento's perspective, because historically speaking, the team behind you in the standings, which the Spurs are behind the Sacramento Kings for that final play-in spot right now, helping them out doesn't usually go well. Ask the Milwaukee Bucks and Boston Celtics how that went. What was Sacramento thinking in this one?
Well, they felt like over the last 2 years their back was against the wall. You know, they offered him extension 2 years ago. He declined. They offered him extension before this season. He declined. So they had to move on. And so Castle, Vassell, right, wanting to get one of those two. Well, they wanted a big-name player, an all-star caliber player that they felt could help them win now, get back to the playoffs. And Zach LaVine, they felt, was the best player available that they get. He's having a healthy year. He's an exciting player. He's also connected to DeRozan and the coach. They're both from Seattle, so there's a connection there. So they felt like under the circumstances, this was the best player to push them forward. And I also hear the locker room feels a lot better because they kind of felt like De'Aaron tuned out. The cloud of the trade was heavy on them, and now they can move forward. And they were 3-0 without him, and they feel like they'll have success without him.
So they were running back.
How's it going, everybody? Villa Sports Network here. Just want to thank you guys for your support on the channel. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Also want to kind of remind you to don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on the video if you like as well. But regardless of the fact, thank you again for your support, and hope to see you on the next video.